This episode of Lady Gang is brought to you by Daily Harvest. Go to dailyharvest.com/lady to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/lady for up to $40 off your first box. Welcome to the Lady Gang. You're about to listen to our podcast, but there is so much more our community has to offer. Follow us at the Lady Gang, join our secret Facebook group, shop our clothing line, books, and find out when we're going to be in your city at theladygang.com. We're so excited you're here. Enjoy the show.
It's time for a Quickie.
Podcast One presents The Lady Gang, the Hollywood Girl Posse, with Lady Gang Quickie. Here's Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek.
Let's make this quick.
Hello, and welcome to the Lady Gang Quickie. I am Jack Vanek, and this is my solo episode, my third ever solo episode, and my third episode with Jeri, Jared Monaco, as a guest.
Hi.
Welcome.
I'm back.
You're back. I don't know if we've ever had anybody as a guest on Lady Gang 3 times, so you might be the first.
A three-peat? Really?
A three-peat.
You guys have never done that?
I don't think so.
It's an honor.
We don't like people enough to have them on even twice,
That's
usually.
fair. I get that. That's fair.
So, I mean, and now I'm obligated to have you on because you're my partner. So even if I didn't want to, you'd still come on, and then I'd pretend to like really enjoy the whole experience. So you don't even know.
Well, I'd love the exposure. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Everybody go follow Jared at Jared Main on Instagram.
Let's get me up to 45,000.
You've been sitting at 41 for as long as I've been sitting at 304.
44 point... Oh, wait. Yeah. Sorry. 41. No. I'm at 41.4.
So he needs about 4,500 more followers to hit 45.
I don't think it's moved up or down in like...
That's what I'm saying. Neither has mine.
Forever.
I lose 100 followers a day.
Yeah, like 2 years.
No matter what. And then if I post like a really great post that people love, I lose 500 followers a day.
You showed me. You showed me the other day. It was just like plummeting. It's so
like
funny.
A constant downward spiral. I really don't know what's going on with it. But that's
Can't win.
You can't win them all. So, Jared, I mean, I think that Kelty probably wanted to have us all sort of talk about the same thing, but she didn't send me any notes, so I'm just going to wing it, kind of like how we did last episode.
Hi, Kelty. Sorry, Kelty.
Sorry, Kelty. But that's what I do. I never go by the rules.
I think you're pretty good at winging it.
Screw it.
I trust you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this episode, I thought we would we're going to title it Elder Emo. We're theming it Elder Emo. We are the Elder Emo king and queen of our generation, really.
Except now we just wake up and our backs are sore.
Yes.
And it just, everything hurts, but not like it used to where you're just kind of saying that. Now it all really kind of does hurt.
No, I have had a moving pulled muscle within my back.
It's traveling around your back. It went from one shoulder blade to the other.
Yep, down to my spine.
Down to your spine.
Up my spine.
Where is it today?
Well, it's in the left shoulder. It's like gets creaked every time I wake up. And then Jared has to massage it. So I don't know what I'm going to do once he's gone. It's going to be a big problem.
Oh, no.
But we're old, but we still love emo music. I mean, Jared still plays emo music, so I have to love it.
It's my job.
It is your job. So I just kind of wanted to talk about first just the emo resurgence and what that means for you in your soul, and then what that means for you professionally.
Oh, man. First off, I'm very grateful that it's a thing.
Yeah.
We've been a band for 15 years, so I've been doing it a really long time. And back when we started, it was a very common thing to see a lot of bands like us. And over the years, a lot of those bands kind of faded out, and we kind of started doing it our own way. And it's wild that it's kind of come full circle, and you're hearing like, stuff that Travis Barker's doing right now. I really think he did a lot to kind of bring it back into the main like focus.
Yeah.
As far as mainstream stuff goes.
You have to give credit where credit's due, Jared.
Yeah.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, yeah, but with Travis Barker, right? So like,
but that's the reason why. Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly was just singing really shitty raps for a long time. For a long time, he's probably been around almost as long as you guys have, and he was not good.
No,
and then Travis Barker took him under his wing, and now he's a fucking superstar. I
am all for it. Anything that is pushing the needle forward and having real drums and guitars and music, that to me, at the end of the day, that's what people want to listen to on a broad scale, then that only helps our band. So It's awesome. We're at a point now where I feel like stuff is starting to come back, and the nostalgia thing doesn't even exist for a lot of these new people that are getting into it. These young kids, like TikTok is like picking it up. All Time Low had one of their original singles became like a massive hit on TikTok. So it's like, it's coming back. It's not it's literally not a phase. Like it's not a joke with a lot of these younger kids. They're all about it. So it's, we're super stoked that it's starting to kind of line back up and people are just feeling it.
Well, it also helped that you guys wrote the best record that you've ever written. It's so fantastic.
Is there bias in that?
There's bias in it, but also Jared, before we reconnected, because Lovely Little Lonely, that record was incredible too. And before we reconnected, I remember listening to a song and I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. It's like Third Eye Blind nostalgia, but current and modern, and it makes you feel good. And it like makes you feel that like emo-ness in your soul. Yeah, but that's how I feel about this album. It's so good. Every song is so different, but it's like really taps into that like deep, deep love that all of us emos have.
I love that. Well, because when we put out Lovely Little Lonely, it was like so well received with our fan base. And I mean, our fans are awesome and they kind of support, no matter what we do, they'll just kind of like be there. But
yeah,
they'd
love it if you put out a turd. They'd be like, this is the best song I've ever heard.
Right. And I'm sure that probably has happened at some point, you know?
Has.
So we have too many releases now for it not to have. But with that record specifically, it was a really big reaction from everybody. And then with what we're doing now with XOXO, it's like, it feels like that, but more focused. So it's like, I don't know. And plus with like, we're talking about the emo thing. It's like, I'm just glad to be here. Like it's a good time
like,
to be in an emo band.
Me.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can't not say and acknowledge the fact that your song is on the radio. This is like, that thing you do.
Remember the first time
that I heard it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we knew when it was coming on the radio though. 'Cause
yeah, we cheated a little bit.
98.7 like told you the times it was coming on, and Jared and I both went into our separate cars so we could record it for social media.
Yep.
So we didn't hear it.
I was like, I'll see you after the song.
Yeah, we didn't hear it like randomly together for a while after that. But it's so exciting. Like, you probably never thought you'd have a song on the radio. It's such a cool, amazing.
No, we definitely always wanted that, and to see it actually happening and to see it like getting up to, top 20, then top 15, and watching it kind of stay there, it's pretty nuts. It's like, I don't, like, in the back of your mind, you always kind of think like, is this a fluke or is this like imposter syndrome? But,
yeah, well, you're always going to have imposter syndrome.
Yeah, but I think it's validating for all of us, especially, going into our mid-30s. It's like, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, after all that time.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Okay, so I want to know what your first concert was, because I'm just theming all of our questions around music and our lives and our like interests in life.
My first concert of all time was my older cousin, my like cool cousin, like the one who's kind of the bad influence,
Did he give you your first cigarette?
No, but he taught me how to play guitar.
Oh.
Which then led to cigarettes at one point.
As it does. That's fine.
He took me to see Blink.
Ooh, what a good first concert.
When I was like a wee lad.
How old were you?
I was 11, 12.
Okay.
And it was the tour where they had the big sign behind them on stage that would light up and fire, and it just said "fuck,"
oh my God, amazing.
Capital letters.
Yes.
And I was just like, oh my God.
These are my
This
heroes.
is the pinnacle of like this. You can do that? That's incredible. I didn't know that you could do that, And it was like, it's like a switch like flipped in my brain, and so that was like, it was just, I was like so overwhelmed. It's like I blacked it out,
Yeah.
So that was my first one, and definitely one of my favorite shows I ever went to.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about my first concert.
Oh, I was going to ask what your first concert was.
Yeah, Jared, this can be like a you ask me questions too. It's a free for all.
Okay.
So go ahead, ask me the question.
Hey, Jack.
What?
What's the first concert that you ever went to?
Thank you for asking,
You're
Jared. Well, the first concert that I went to was, I think it was Backstreet Boys, but it was either Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. I can't remember. But in the Backstreet Boys concert, I, how they they were like flying around the audience.
One does.
And, like up on strings, and then Nick Carter like came to sort of around our area, and he like pointed down, and I just knew that he was pointing at me and flirting with me.
It was for sure you, and flirting. Yes.
Yeah. I was like 13. I was like, of course he like got his eyes on me. But my first actual emo concert was Sugar Cult and Finch at the Irvine Spectrum Mall in the parking lot. It was a free concert.
Wow.
I was 15 years old. I was in my cheerleader phase, just like popular cheerleader gal. And I just kind of started listening to that music because everybody in my high school sort of was. Like, we were on LimeWire, kind of like downloading all of the Rufio songs that weren't Rufio. And
loading that computer up with viruses.
Loading the computer up with viruses. Everybody was sort of like exchanging music around. And a bunch of us just went to this concert. I have a picture of it. I wore a button-up shirt with a tie and Jack Purcell shoes and a jean miniskirt. And it pushed my way.
The shirt, wait, hold on. The shirt with the tie, was that like a Sugar Cult thing? Because I know their whole thing was, they were like business casual on stage, weren't they?
No, they were like, they were kind of like rockabilly almost. They were like creeper shoes and stuff.
Weren't they wearing like button-ups and like ties?
Yeah. They were kind of cute. But like in a rock, it was kind of like retro.
I always liked Sugar Cult.
They were one of my favorite bands ever.
Sorry, continue.
Anyways, I pushed my way up to the front of the barricade. I was like smashed. People were crowd surfing on top of me, and it was like the best moment of my life. Was
that when you got buried by everyone? Were you like, "This is where I belong"?
It is. Yes,
yeah.
That's exactly what happened. I was just like suffocating underneath all of the crowd surfers and getting kicked in the head, and I was like maybe 95 pounds. And I had the time of my life. And since that moment, I was like, this is where I belong. These are my people. This is now what I'm like focusing all of my energy on until the day I die.
It's so funny because I feel like it's always tied to, or not always, but a lot of people I've talked to, like it's tied to some like crazy incident at a show. Like I remember seeing Jimmy Eat World and I got hit in the back of the head with somebody's like stiletto boot.
Oh my
Someone
gosh.
just took off their boot for some reason and threw it. And it literally knocked me unconscious. I was on the barricade.
Really?
Yeah, and they pulled me from the barricade and they were like hauling me out. And I remember like coming to and I like look up and Jim's up there and he like looks down at me like thumbs up. And I'm just like, holy shit, like I'm knocked out. I probably have to go home now.
Yeah.
Like it was amazing.
But Jim Atkins noticed me.
Something about that. That's kind of that little subtle punk rock mentality, like going to shows back in the day, you know?
Well, and when you were so young, those people were like gods to you. And
Yeah.
for me, I was like in love with every single one of them. So that's why I always pushed up to the front of the barricade because I'm like, if they notice me, then it's like the Nick Carter effect. Like they're definitely flirting with me.
Where do you stand now?
On the side of the stage. Exclusively.
You learned.
I learned. I mean, I'd get in the pit. Maybe I'll get in the pit for Sad Summer. Who knows?
I don't know.
It could be fun. So that's your first concert. Now I want to know what is the first concert that you ever played. I know you were in a band before the Maine. So tell me about the first concert that band played, which is called Bad Motivation.
Ooh, okay.
Because Bad Motivation was your very first band, right?
My first band, but my first official band was called Bad Motivation, and that was in middle school. Okay. But before that, I was already playing with like just friends, and so the first actual show that I ever played was a talent show at my let's see, it would have been at my middle school. And it would have been 6th grade.
Okay.
So how old are you in 6th grade? I was what, like 10, 11?
Yeah.
So we did, this is hilarious. They let us do a Limp Bizkit cover. And we did Nookie.
Amazing. I was a Nookie girl for Halloween when I was in 7th grade.
With the red hat and the white. Yeah.
Of course.
So, I can't remember if we all wore the hat or whatever, but.
I hope you did.
What sucks is there's not a recording of it anywhere. And I bet we sounded like shit. And I bet it's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah, so that was my first time ever being in front of people and doing something.
How do you remember how you felt? Like, were you comfortable? Were you nervous as shit?
Nervous, blacked it out. Blacked it out.
Jeri, you've blacked out so many moments from your life.
I get nervous and then everything just goes into like overload and then I get really sweaty and then I black out.
And then sometimes you'll pass out.
Sometimes, I got hit in the head, but
yeah,
you know. But yeah, that was
blunt force will pass you out.
But then fast forward, the first official show with Bad Motivation, I'll keep it quick, but they let us play in the gym at the middle school. So I remember we were set up on the floor. There wasn't a stage. They had these shitty like PA speakers and Halvo.
Yeah.
So our bass player at the time, a really close friend of mine still, he had just gotten one of those wireless packs that you could plug your guitar in and then you don't have a cable.
I'm sure he felt so cool.
So his big move during the performance was to go outside of the gym and run around the gym and then come back through the other side.
Oh my God.
Which we thought was like amazing.
That's some Pete Wentz shit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
that's
acrobatics.
That's a total Pete move,
like
for real.
Circus moves.
In reality,
magic.
Magic.
Yeah,
he's basically David Blaine.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So I don't think it came across as cool, but we thought it was cool. And I just remember like, you're the only people at the school doing it. We're the only band.
So you were
like,
really cool.
So you could just go out and collect praise, even though you maybe weren't very good.
Jared, I have a question about this because as everybody knows, you are a ginger. You have so many freckles. You have milky, creamy skin.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gingers get made fun of in school. You know, freckle face, which I call you a lot. You know, there are a lot of offensive words that you can say to a ginger. Do you think that being in a band was your saving grace from ridicule?
From absolute ridicule? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I didn't have it that hard, though. It wasn't like, and maybe it's because we were kind of doing the band thing, and I definitely wouldn't say we were the cool kids at my school, but you definitely had a couple points being in a band that was doing like Blink covers and stuff. You know, that was like a bit of a leg up.
Yeah.
But the only real memory that I have of getting picked on for having red hair was way younger. I was in elementary school. And this kid.
Say his name.
Michael. I'm not going to say his last name.
Say Michael's last name.
Nope.
Jared, we do this all the time. We name people.
I can't do it.
Okay. Do you know him still?
What?
Do you know him still?
It's like a Facebook through it. Whatever. So he walked up and I was on the swing and I had a crush on the girl on the swing next to me.
As you do.
And he started calling me a freckle face. And I remember I got very upset. And so I hopped off the swing and then he hopped on the swing that I was on.
Ooh.
And then I came around the corner and while he was coming forward, I just kind of put my fists in front of his face and knocked him off the back of the swing.
Amazing.
If you know my mom, you know that my mom will, her whole motto is don't take shit from anybody.
Yep.
So I kind of had that sort of a little bit of that. Maybe that protected me.
Yeah, but maybe you punching Michael, whatever, off of the swing.
I got in big trouble for it.
Yeah, but like maybe that's why nobody messed with you because they saw your big arm muscles and your turkey leg forearm and your big padded knuckles. And they were like, we're not messing with this freckle face.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just you got a target on your back if you're a ginge.
Yeah.
But I don't
That's
really.
why you got to be in a band.
I don't really deal with it.
I know, especially because I am a freckle face lover.
Well, that was a huge saving grace for me. So.
At least somebody loves you.
Take it where you can get it, people.
At least somebody loves you. Okay, well, when we come back, there is more Jack and Jeri.
Hello, Lady Gang. This week's theme for divulging all your secrets and coming into the Lady Confessional is celebrities. I'm sure I have a few million of these secrets. You might even see some in the upcoming book. Have you hooked up with a celebrity? Have you ever seen a celebrity behaving badly? Have you been working for a celebrity and you're ready to dish and tell us all the bad things about said celebrity? I hope so. Those are my favorite secrets. So do us a favor and write them into theladysecrets.com, theladysecrets.com. And it's completely anonymous. We can't trace you. Don't you worry. Your boss will never know if that boss is a nasty celebrity. And you can also call it into 1-844-SEXY-LADY, our hotline, 1-844-SEXY-LADY, SXY Lady. I have a confession, and it has to do with one of our sponsors, Daily Harvest. I am full-blown obsessed with their flatbreads. I don't know. I'm on such a kick right now. They are so delicious, but that's not all they do. Daily Harvest delivers delicious harvest bowls, flatbreads, smoothies, and more, all built on organic fruits and vegetables right to your door. That's right. They have an artichoke and spinach flatbread. Like I mentioned, it is a game changer. They take literally minutes to prepare. They never use preservatives, added sugar, or artificial anything, and that goes for everything. So it's all about leaving the earth in a better place than they found it, not just for us, but future generations to come. They focus on increasing biodiversity, investing in organic farming practices, reducing food waste, and even prioritizing recyclable and decompostable packaging. How amazing is that? Get more time back to do the things you love to take care of yourself this summer. Go to dailyharvest.com/lady to get up to $40 off your first box. That's dailyharvest.com/lady for up to $40 off your first box. dailyharvest.com/lady.
Frustrating low libido can be, well, frustrating. If this sounds familiar, visit Addy.com and complete your online consultation today to see if Addy or flibanserin is right for you. Addy is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive low sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past and who have had low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. The low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Addy is not for use in men or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in the time to your Addy dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Addy at bedtime. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is also increased if you take certain prescription over-the-counter or herbal medications or have liver problems. Low blood pressure and fainting can happen when you take Addy even if you don't drink alcohol or take other medicines. Sleepiness, sometimes serious, can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficult falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI, including boxed warning, at addy.com/PI or call 1-844-PINK-PILL. Visit Addy, ADDYI.com, and use our code LadyGang to complete your online consultation for only $10. That's Addy, ADDYI.com, with our code LadyGang. If you're frustrated with your low sex drive or low libido, Addy could be right for you.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Stamps.com. So I am all about streamlining my life. And one thing that I could do without is probably going to the post office so much. And with Stamps.com, I can. So Stamps.com brings the same U.S. Postal and UPS shipping services right to your computer. They make it super easy for small businesses to mail and ship without needing to take a trip to the post office. So you can print official U.S. postage and shipping labels 24/7 without having to leave your desk or buy any fancy equipment. All you need is your computer and a standard printer. And once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. It is that simple. Stamps.com is such a no-brainer. It's saving nearly 1 million small business owners just like you time and money. So stop wasting your time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. There's no risk, and with our promo code LadyGang, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitments or contracts. Go to Stamps.com, click at the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in code LadyGang. That's Stamps.com, promo code LadyGang. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again.
This episode of LadyGang is brought to you by an ice-cold Coors Light, baby. The pressure and pace of an always-on world means that sometimes we don't take time to savor the moments that refresh the spirit most, like summer. And Coors Light is the official beer of slowing down summer. They are helping people chill this summer and enjoy what makes summer so great. So whether you're at the lake like my dad right now, or you're going to the roller hockey rink with your roller hockey team and you're bringing a few beers to enjoy after the game like Chris Knight is this summer, when you need a moment to chill and just relax, enjoy an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It's literally made to chill. Coors Light is the official beer of slowing down summer because as the beer that's made to chill, we want you to savor every moment, every single second left of summer. Get Coors Light in the new look delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/lady. That's CoorsLight.com/lady. Remember to celebrate responsibly. And this message came to you from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The Lady Gang.
Okay, and we're back. So, do you want to tell me about the first show that you played with the Maine? Is that a good...
It is a good story.
Okay, tell me about that.
So, I was in college, and I was doing miserably, and was about
You went to ASU for 1 semester.
I did.
And then
which
you
is
dropped
a
out.
huge accomplishment.
And you're so smart. No, well, not that you have to go to college to be smart. But.
Yeah, but I wasn't on the straight and narrow at the time. I just didn't want to be there, you know?
Yeah.
And I was struggling to pay rent, and I was about to sell all my music gear. And then John, our singer, longtime friend of mine, called me up and was like, hey, we're about to hit the road, and our guitar player wants to stay home.
Oh, wow. Massive.
Something along those lines, or he wants to stay
error.
home, or he was in a relationship, or something like
girlfriend.
that. It's been a while, so I forget the actual reason why he couldn't tour, but I don't know.
Never knew that.
So anyways, I had already sold like a couple amps and stuff on like Craigslist or whatever. And so I pulled it all down and I was like, yeah, I'm going. Because I was like about to fail out of my classes. I wasn't paying attention.
Isn't that timing so crazy?
Yeah.
Insane. It's like the universe just did not want you to quit.
Yeah.
It wasn't allowing you to quit.
But the reason I say all that is because then when it came time to play our first show, we played at this venue in Tempe called The Sets, which is no longer a place because I think somebody got stabbed there.
Close the entire place?
I think so. Anyways, I had to borrow a guitar because mine was like, something was wrong with mine. So I borrowed one from a friend, but it hadn't been set up properly. So something was wrong with one of the, like the low E string, which is probably the string they use the most.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that is.
And so it wouldn't stay in tune. And like horribly wouldn't stay in tune. So we got up on stage and it's like I hit first note and it's like I'm in a whole other universe.
Oh
from
no!
where they're at.
And this is your
And I'm
first show. You have
sweating
to
it big
prove
time because
yourself.
they'd already friends of mine, but also it's like they had already sort of gotten some offers from labels. Like there was some pressure there. And, and I remember just like again, bit of a blackout, but I just kind of like grit my teeth a little bit and I was like, okay, maybe I can like figure out a way to do this where like I'm not really hitting this string and like get through the set. And it's like, I think I realized the good thing about that show is I realized right away that like people don't generally notice.
No.
You can get away with whatever.
The only thing you notice is the singer. Again, we've talked about this before. Like, Jared, you're the blurry guy.
I'm good with that.
Even the lead guitarist is the blurry guy.
Fine with that.
Unless you are literally Pete Wentz, and for some reason you're the front man when you're the bassist. Yeah. But other than that, it's like if something's not going on with the singer, you could be in another room. You could be running around the school.
Exactly. You could be doing laps.
You could be doing laps.
A very valuable lesson, though. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, this is it. Well, I guess I'm going to stay behind. They're not going to bring me with them. And I got to go anyway. So,
That's cute.
Yeah.
Love that story. Okay, so I asked Instagram for some questions for us.
Okay.
One of the questions was, what emo song would you want played at your wedding?
Wow.
I mean, if it was up to me, I would have Andrew McMahon from Something Corporate come and play an entire set, bring a big grand piano, and just play all of the songs, all of Something Corporate songs.
That's a great idea.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
What about you?
Man, first...
An emo...
Like what emo song would I want to play at the wedding?
Well, the question was, what emo song would you want to play for your first dance?
For your first dance? How would that even go? Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we just start a mosh pit or something. Jared and I, by the way, have a very exciting plan for what we want to do for our wedding.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm not going to give anything away, but there's a lot in the works, and it's very emo.
Very us.
It's very us. Anyways.
If I have to pick one, honestly, I don't know. It's so hard.
One Slow Dance by Rufio.
That's such a good idea. Wow.
One of the worst songs of all time.
I hated that song on that record.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go with that. Maybe
you can play a song for us.
I don't want to.
While we dance.
I don't want to work at my wedding.
I can just put my arms around your waist while you play guitar.
That would be so easy to do for me.
Yeah, I know.
Let's definitely do that.
Another question was, do you miss LiveJournal and MySpace? Oof. You didn't have a LiveJournal, did you?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Did you stalk me on LiveJournal?
No, I didn't know you then.
Oh.
This was high school. I had one in high school, and it was kind of like a really passive-aggressive thing for me.
Did you actually put entries into your LiveJournal?
Yeah.
What was your LiveJournal name?
I don't remember now.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. I've had so many different like screen names and like.
What was your first screen name?
Sly360.
Why Sly?
Because AOL, when you first got, remember how you get the disc at Blockbuster?
Yeah.
When you first got AOL, like I had tried a couple and it wouldn't let me use the ones that I wanted. They were taken. So they had a random one and I just hit the randomize button.
Sly360.
Sly360.
What was your second screen name?
Shiny Guitar and then a bunch of numbers. SHINEY. 1 year at college.
What was your third screen name? You had to have had a punny one at some point.
I had one of mine was just straight up. I think it was maybe it was just Matchbook Romance, and then like and then a couple numbers. I was way into them.
Matchbook Romance,
dude, way into them.
Dude, they were so bad.
Way into that. Band.
Horrible.
Way into them.
That's so bizarre
when
for
we
you.
were in high school, yeah.
My first screen name was Baby GURL Baby Girl 000.
Wow.
No, my first screen name was Pippi11 Pippi because I used to wear my hair in braids and people called me Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi11 Pippi.
But then I had Baby Girl 000 and then I had SK8R Girl some number.
Did you skate? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight.
Did you have the big puffy shoes?
I had
The Osiris?
I had the Etnies. I had baby blue. No.
This is so specific.
Yes.
I'm sorry, everybody. If you're not like exactly 33 or 34, you don't know what we're talking about.
I had the baby blue puffy Etnies.
Wow.
I did not skate. But did anybody skate that wore those?
No.
Did you
Well,
wear them?
there's a word for somebody who looks like they skate and don't skate.
A poser?
Yes.
Do we want to tell the audience what your biggest fear is, Jared?
I don't want it out there, but yeah.
You should tell everybody.
I have a big fear of being considered annoying. That's my greatest fear.
We were with a group of friends in an Uber somewhere, and to pass the time, everybody was sharing what their biggest fears in life were. Mine is losing everybody that I love, like everybody that I love dying. One of our friends was floating off into space, which is honestly now my second biggest fear. And then Jared's was being called annoying.
Oh, yeah. No, to me, it doesn't get worse than that. I don't know. That or the word poser.
And how did this come to be?
When I was a kid, I overheard a girl at my school telling somebody that I was annoying.
And it scarred you for life.
She didn't know I could hear her. Oh. It really did a number.
That scarred you.
It hurt
and then
bad.
You've spent the rest of your life trying to make sure you're not annoying.
Well, no, because I'm definitely annoying sometimes.
You're not annoying.
A couple drinks sometimes it happens.
Yeah, after a couple drinks sometimes.
Yeah, but like, no, for sure. That's like a big fear of mine. I don't want to be annoying.
So it seems to be, Jared, that many defining moments of your life have come from having crushes on girls.
Yeah, it's a pitfall. It is.
It's like it's changed the course of your entire life.
I just need to unpack it. I need like a therapist.
I know.
Yeah.
You do need a therapist. That's for another time. Everybody convinced Jared to get a therapist. Thanks. Okay. What was your best / worst outfit of your emo phase?
Okay.
Like, what was your
iconic
outfit from 2006?
I've got a good one.
Okay.
My best was, so everybody considered us like a neon band. Like we were in the early phases of like MySpace and Pure Volume. Any band that leaned pop at all, like us, had a bunch of neon clothes on.
Yes.
Like a shit ton.
Do you want to name a few other neon bands? Forever the Sickest Kids.
Yeah.
Boys Like Girls.
Yeah. I mean, there was so many. Metro Station.
Huge neon band.
The whole thing.
I mean, LMFAO kind of like took it over. That wasn't even in that genre, but they really exploited it.
Yeah. And did you know, I think they're an uncle and a nephew.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but I had a t-shirt that said "sorry for partying" on it that I sold for years and years and years. It got ripped off literally everywhere. It's on Jersey Shore. It was in Forever 21, Walmart, all this kind of shit. But I went on tour. I went on the Bamboozle Roadshow with LMFAO one year, selling my "sorry for partying" shirt. And then the next year, they came out with "sorry for party rocking."
Wow.
So they stole my idea.
If you guys are listening, pay up.
Uncle and nephew
duo.
Anyways, continue. I don't know if I've ever told that tale because it's really upsetting.
So I have this photo of me in this outfit, and it was at Bamboozle, 2009 maybe. Mm-hmm. And I am decked head to toe in neon green.
Ew.
Hoodie, headband. I had blue blockers on.
Yeah, you wore a headband back in the day.
I did.
You liked a headband.
I had a headband.
Okay, what kind of sunglasses? Blue blockers? That's weird.
Which doesn't fit the outfit at all.
No.
But the best part about this picture is we were doing Bamboozle, and Bret Michaels was like one of the acts that was playing, and I saw him, and I like assaulted him and made him take a picture with me. And I have a picture, and it's Bret Michaels dressed like a gothic cowboy.
Yeah.
And then me next to him, like head to toe, like bright neon green.
Gross.
It's probably my worst picture that I ever took.
I actually think I've seen this picture before. We'll have to post it.
Yeah, I'll dig it up.
That's a great emo outfit. I think you need to recreate that one day.
I don't know.
It's a good one. Okay, so we're almost done, Jared. I'll ask like one more question. I think this is a good way to end it. What are your top 5 emo bands that you would create the most epic emo tour with, that you guys would also go on?
Taking Back Sunday is on it without question.
Without question.
They're number one. They are the emo band.
Mm-hmm.
They've done a lot since they were the emo band, but like their
first two albums are flawless.
In my mind, TBS has always been just like a mainstay. Oh, geez, this is tough because, like, you know, you could go down the list. The Used is on there.
Yes.
Basically, just what was it? Warped Tour 2003.
Yes.
Just give me that entire lineup.
I mean, the first Warped Tour that I went on, it was Fall Out Boy, All American Rejects, My Chem, The Starting Line, The Used, Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah.
Hawthorne Heights.
Wow.
From First to Last.
Wow. Skrillex.
Sunny. Yeah, that was, I mean, nothing will top that.
I mean, I could pick any of those and just be like, here's another tour.
Yeah.
You know, whatever Sad Summer is, we need like the antithesis of it. That's just that lineup from Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Like does its own thing.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm crossing my fingers that Warped Tour comes back because I am so far into this elder emo phase of my life that I have now circled back. I mean, I stopped going on Warped Tour when I was like 25 years old because I was like, I'm too old. I'm over this. I will be 35 years old next year. And I will go on the entire tour with the Jack Vanek tent, popped up, working 14 hours a day in the blazing sun, slinging merch.
I'm so down. I'll do that again.
It's so, I mean, if we went on tour together and did Warped Tour, and how much of a full circle moment would that actually be?
It's insane.
It would be insane.
Well, what's the one thing that got you to go back to Warped Tour, though? Was that me? Did I do that? You're like, I'm over it.
Yes,
and I'm like,
Jared.
Hey, want to come to Warped Tour?
And I had a blast, and we sang along to The Used.
See?
We had hamburgers at the barbecue. We made out on a chair.
Those are the classics right there.
Yeah, it really was. I want more of that. I really just, I mean, you got to give it one last hurrah, and I think now's the time.
This is so funny because we're going to talk about this in like this nostalgic way, and like kids are going to be like, people will see pictures of it and be like, really?
What, like actual Warped Tour?
Warped Tour, like the scene, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny.
All right, Jared. Well, thank you for being the best guest ever.
You're so welcome.
I mean, I could do this forever. I think it's so fun talking to you.
We just put a mic in front of us. That's it.
I know.
We're just having a normal conversation.
I just learned so much about you in every podcast.
Because I'm so secretive.
He's so secretive. All right. Well, we weren't here for a long time, but we are here for a very, very emo time. Yeah. See you at Warped Tour.
Thanks for listening. The Lady Gang is produced by Alex Ingber, Steve Delameter, and Jared Monaco. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review our podcast. And if you love it, share it with your friends on social media. Like, oh my God, I just listened to Lady Gang. This episode's so great. Swipe up to listen. And if you really want to, which we know you do, please follow us on social. At Kelty, at Becca, at Jack Vanek, and at The Lady Gang. Sign up for our newsletter at theladygang.com and join our secret Facebook group. It's super fun. See you next Tuesday.
I am Lola Blanc.
And I'm Megan Elizabeth.
And we're the hosts of Trust Me, the podcast about cults, extreme belief, and the abuse of power.
Now on podcast 1.
We want to debunk the myth that people who join cults are uneducated, because anyone can be manipulated by a narcissist.
And we should know we both have been.
Join us every week as we explore the world of extreme belief,
talk to survivors and experts,
and share our own experiences with cults and the abuse of power. Get new episodes of Trust Me every Wednesday on Podcast 1 and anywhere you get your podcasts.